right, Shalom, Shalom, the brother Kadash. I want to give my praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Kadash. And this is going to be called Wakanda Separation. Today, something on those terms. So we pretty much just going to let it play and then get a couple scriptures to go with it.
In Alabama, his wife will bring you some.
Pretty much just asking the question if blacks should separate today, and kind of like a Wakanda light thing where you've seen, pretty much a whole city of so-called blacks. But I like how he breaks this down because he's kind of saying what we saying, without even knowing it, that it's not just about the color, it's really about the spirit. Watch this.
Bitch gets to the bus stop, she might not even know you. She just sees you sitting out there all day, you ain't left. You see what I'm saying? So, bottom actions.
Or integration in this United States of America. Segregation, me ask the question as far as the Charleston white prefer segregation or integration in this United States of America when it comes to our people. Yeah. Do you want to see us in our Wakanda where it's just us, or should we be integrating and going to society norms with the U.S. of A.?
Nah. Each his own, gotta get with his kind. And a Wakanda, that's why Stan Lee made it. Because it'll never exist. Even that Wakanda had one white man helping all those black people.
Yeah.
So each has to get with its own kind. And how do I recognize my kind? By the action.
Which is what? The spirit.
Yeah, by the action. Some people building, and some people partying, and some people fucking, some people kidding. Yeah, you recognize your kind, homie, by the actions. Shit, it might be two white boys, two black boys, one Mexican, and a half-breed. That might be their kind, by the actions. We can't look at color no more, my nigga. We got light-skinned people, we got mixed breed, we can't do this color shit. That's the white boy and black boy deceptive tool. Because there's some black-ass Africans won't give you nothing.
Yep.
Talk about it.
And it's a white boy in Alabama, his wife will bring you some biscuits to the bus stop, and she might not even know you. She just sees you sitting.
And that's because they Israelites, so you can't really go off the color. You got to go off the spirit, Spirit bear witness with my spirit that we are the children of Israel, But it is Bible prophecy that this is going to happen. This is Isaiah 13, right, verse 14. It says, "And it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land," right? And then this is kind of how the disciples, which were turned apostles, they also set up things too. Here, let me see if I can find it. This is Acts chapter 2, right, verse 41. "Then they that gladly received the word were baptized. The same day there were added unto them about 3,000 souls. And they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking of bread and in prayer." So you don't see camps and brothers doing this today, but they say that they follow in the order of the Bible. This is how the disciples did it. It says, "And fear came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were done by the apostles." Disciples were turned to apostles. Yahweh Shai did that. It says, "And all that believed were together and had all things common." So they were all together and had all things common. "And sold their possessions and goods and parted them to all men as every man had need. And they continually daily with one accord in the temple and breaking bread from house to house did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, praising God and having favor with all people. And the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved." So it's like a combination of both. Is you come together and be together as one, and then you go out to all these different. If you read Acts 2, starting from like verse 5, you go out to all these different countries to fish for the elect to teach. So I just thought that this would be kind of interesting, because what he was saying, without even knowing that that's pretty much what we teach. He said that it's about their actions, which is kind of the same as their spirit. The spirit, you got to read the spirit. And how do you read the spirit? By their actions. When you see somebody, you say, look, man, he talk like a Jake, he act like a Jake. You kind of can read his spirit and say, look, he is a Jake. But like he said, there's some black ass Africans. They black just like us, but they're not the same people. They have a different spirit. They could come from Ham. They could come from Ham instead of coming from Shem, which the Israelites come from. So you have to read the spirit. But it is prophecy that that's going to happen. Because even if you go back to, let's see, the separation, the Wakanda type of separation, that comes from the Bible. The whole Wakanda city and everything, that comes from the Bible. Most of those movies that you watch, most of the time they all come from the Bible. And sometimes, the creator put a spin to it. This is Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord would have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. So he's going to separate Israel and kind of like Wakanda and put them in their own land, and the land's going to be way greater than Wakanda, right? And the strangers should be joined with them, and they should cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people should take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel should possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So is it just going to be Israelites there, so-called black people, Native American, Latino people there? No. You're going to have the other nations there because they're going to be slaves there. It says, and they should take them captives who captives they were, and they should rule over their oppressors. So yeah, I mean, this is Bible prophecy, verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord should give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. It says that thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, saying, how has thy oppressor ceased and golden city ceased? That's when it's going to happen. When the Lord destroys this place, he's going to take his Israelites back to what is called the kingdom of heaven. It's not really called Wakanda. It's called the kingdom of heaven. But the city Wakanda was just a play on the kingdom of heaven, where it's going to be ran by so-called black people, Latino, Hispanics, which really are just the Israelites. So hopefully it's been edifying with that we're going to say. Salvation to the elect. Shalom.